What is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Tuesday. And first and foremost, as always, just want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we do know that it's been quiet as kept on the home front concerning the Los Angeles Lakers and other NBA news and notes as far as player movement. It hasn't been a lot of that going on. Now, we do know that LeBron James' contract extension date is coming up on August the 4th, and LeBron James will be able to make a decision then if he will extend that contract. And a lot of people saying he is holding the Lakers at bay, seeing what they will do as far as being able to land a Kyrie Irving or what they can do constructing this roster. But we all know that LeBron James coming into the latter stages of his career and wanting to play with his son is one of his #1 goals. Is he doesn't really want to be tied into a contract. That way, just in case his son is drafted anywhere, he would have a chance to be on the same team with his son, which would be crazy. Just another notch in the belt for LeBron James is something that he wants to accomplish, being the only father-son duo to play in the NBA for the same team, and actually just during the same time. So damn, LeBron, to me, I mean, it'd be cool to play with them on the same team, but hell, go against them. I mean, just, I don't know, just do what make you happy at the end of the day. But as a fan, you know, we would like to see you continue to stay in LA just to see if you could bring home some hardware. And who knows what can happen, because we know last year there was a lot of injuries, and we're not making any excuses, but Anthony Davis missed a hell of a lot of time last year. Who knows if he would have remained healthy, how the Lakers season would have went. We also know that they didn't get a lot of chances to play with the Russell Westbrook, even though he had a horrible season, and I don't really foresee him being on this roster. Of course, we all know they said it was a phone call made and this and that, but I won't buy into any of this until we actually get some official news. So with all that being said, I'm not trying to contemplate on that, but what I do want to say today is that, you know, I want to give everybody the daily reminder that LeBron James is still the GOAT. Is still the GOAT for everybody who did not know. And I want to give y'all an interesting fact. You know, LeBron James is the only player in history to have a season. This was in 2013. He was the only player in the history of the NBA. Now, when you do something only one time in the history of the NBA, then you know it's special. He shot 40% from 3 and 60% from 2. So, I mean, to be able to shoot 40% from 3 with the long ball and also being able to shoot 60% from 2 just lets you know how efficient of a player LeBron James is. And speaking of efficiency, we know that LeBron James is going to be, if staying healthy, you know, barring any unforeseen circumstances with injury or anything like that, that LeBron James doesn't need much to pass a one Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We know that, you know, for 76 games, all he needs to average is 17 points a game. We know he's going to do more than that. And if he only played 64 games, he would have to average 21 points. In 49 games, he would only have to average 27 points. We know last year he averaged 30 points a game, and this year the sports bet books in Vegas have him coming in saying that the over-under for him is 27 points per game. Now, you tell me what player has played this long and sustained greatness that long, that going into year 20, not year 19, not year 18, but year 20 at the age of 37, pushing 38 years old, is betting on to average 27 points a game. And I don't want to hear all that, all the game is different. Man, stop it. Please stop it. And I want to, you know, tomorrow I think we might need to have a show to kind of talk about the great Jerry West and his comments with Bob Cousy and JJ Redick that we just talked about recently, that's been kind of floating around the web and on different talk shows. You know, that's something that I would like to discuss, because I definitely want to weigh in on that, because if you listen to my show and listen to these things in the past, you know I always talk about players that are transcendent players who I feel who can play in any generation. And damn it, if damn Tyler Hero can average 20 a game in today's league, then you damn right Jerry West could. Man had one of the cleanest pull-up jumpers you ever saw. That man averaged, what, 30 a game back in a time where it wasn't even a three-point line. You understand what I'm saying? So just stop it. JJ Redick, you was a specialist, a three-point shooter. You know, that's about it, fam. So nobody's trying to hear all of that. So back to what I was saying about LeBron James. This is something that I really want to do, and I'm going to try to pull it up on the screen for a visual. Let me know if y'all can see it. But what I want to do was take a prime LeBron James versus a prime LeBron, Michael Jordan, because a lot of people say that, you know, Jordan Wizard years doesn't count, blase this, blase that. So, okay, that's fine. Let's say for this particular equation. Now, we know a lot of people look at PER, VORP, which is value over replacement, and you know that a lot of people say that that's the number one stat. Now, I'm looking at stats. Y'all gonna say, stats don't mean nothing. Did he win? Stop it with that. Because he didn't win by himself. You cannot say, oh, did he win? LeBron. Listen, are you playing against the team by yourself? Because when LeBron played Dallas and everybody want to say that's a knock against him, I'm going to make a whole video about that. Do you realize that the whole Dallas defense was scheming around stopping one man? It wasn't scheming around stopping Chris Bosh. It wasn't scheming around stopping Dwayne Wade. Speaking of Chris Bosh, how many all NBA teams has he been on? How many all defensive teams has he been on? 0. He in the Hall of Fame because of LeBron James. Just stop it. People want to hype up Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan made Scottie Pippen. Well, when Michael Jordan was gone, man, Scottie Pippen probably had one of the best 3-year runs in NBA history, fam. 2 of the years while Jordan was gone, you know, from 93, 94, 94, 95, and 95, 96 season, do you know that Pippen was not just first team all NBA, but first team all defense? Now, if you compare that to a one LeBron James, please tell me LeBron James in 2007, 0 teammates that was all NBA. Now, I ain't talking about all-stars in the Hall of Fame right now. I'm talking about all NBA, man, because all NBA is where the coaches in the leagues and the people vote you where you're supposed to be. And that means you the best, you the cream of de la creme of the crop. You understand what I'm saying? You the cream of de la creme of the crop. If you voted, that means you at your position, you the best. If you second team at your position, you the second best. If you third at your position, you the third best in the whole league, not in the conference. So you understand what I'm saying? In 2007, LeBron James had 0. In 2011, D-Wade was second team all NBA. In 12, D-Wade was third team. In 13, D-Wade was third team. That's it. Bosh settled. In 2014, LeBron James had 0 all NBA teams. 17 and 18, 0. In 2017 and 2018, he had 0 all NBA teammates. You understand what I'm saying? In 2015, Kyrie was third team, even though he is great. Now, I'm not knocking it. Now, we see when LeBron James got what Michael Jordan had in 2020, Anthony Davis, a fully healthy Anthony Davis, who was first team All-D, first team All-NBA. It resulted in a championship. Hot damn it. Do y'all see that? Now, meanwhile, Jordan was playing with all Scottie Pippen, first team All-NBA, first team All-Defense, Horace Grant, All-Defense, Dennis Rodman, All-Defense. Pippen, first team All-D, multiple years for those championships runs. So just stop it. Just stop it. And then meanwhile, like I said in the original viral video, you talking about a team, you going against 2, you got 2 Hall of Famers going against 1. Every time, except for the Lakers, and that was the downside of the Lakers. This was Magic Johnson's 9th finals, fam. His 9th one in 12 or 13 seasons. And he was sick. F you mean? So, then Clyde Drexler, 2 against 1 again. Charles Barkley, 3 against 1 if you consider Horace Grant, all defense. But we're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about some of these advanced stats that we found. Some of these advanced stats. So, LeBron James from age 21 to year 15. And we're going to take Michael Jordan from age 22 to 13 years. So we know it was 15 years if you count the 2 years with the Wizards, but we just doing prime, you dig? We just doing prime. So LeBron James from age 21, first 15 seasons, and Michael Jordan for his, right? You talking about LeBron James, 1,100 games, Jordan, 1,072 games. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, 42,000 minutes. Michael Jordan, 41,000 minutes. LeBron James, 28 PER. Michael Jordan, 27.9 PER. You understand me? Win shares, LeBron James, 217. Michael Jordan, 214. You understand me? Value over replacement, you got LeBron James, 121.7 to Michael Jordan, 116.1. In every category, the hat is tilted to LeBron James. And then, if you look at the playoffs, you're talking about the same thing. So let's do 13 postseasons, age 22, advanced stats. LeBron versus MJ. 247 games to 179. It's a lot more games, but these are averages, people. These are averages. So before you get into the BS longevity stats stuff that y'all always come with, longevity, blah, blah, blah. Well, why ain't nobody else longevity? It's other players who played 20 years and ain't doing what LeBron, was Kobe, was Kareem, was Karl Malone, was anybody expected to go into year 20 averaging 27 points a game. I'll wait. Could they be favored to win if they had a tiny bit of help? I'll wait. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. Postseason, Michael Jordan. This is LeBron James. 10,000 minutes to 7,500. PER 28.7 to 28.6. Very close, because these are some great players. I'm not knocking Michael Jordan. Then you talking about offensive win shares. LeBron James blowing them out the water, 37 to 27. Defensive win shares, LeBron James, 16 to 12. Win shares, 55 to 39. You understand? And value over replacement, you talking about a huge difference, 31.8 to 24.7. That means, now if you don't know what VORP is, and you better go look it up, because that's one of the key things you can look at about what is taken for a team, because we all know that during those playoff runs that Scottie Pippen led in all other statistical categories. We know that he had to do the heavy lifting on the rebounding, the steals, the blocks, playing a good defense. Michael Jordan had to go out there and score. LeBron James has to go out and get others involved. He has to go out there and score. He has to go out there and play defense. He has to go out there and rebound, or his team is not going to win, because he's going against far greater competition. I'm going to do a whole nother video about that coming soon, but I just had to chime in today on this. So if y'all haven't understood already that LeBron James is probably the greatest player that ever laced him up and touched the hardwood court, then you better ask somebody. But as always, man, this is your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real, and much love to these haters.